are political divisions hampering the fight against Naxals? Manish Tiwari, to you first. Is this a problem that we're not politically able to speak in one voice on how to deal with this problem?
Well, I think, Nidhi, the disconsonance, if I may use the word, which people feel at times emanating out of the political establishment is not a disconsonance in the real sense of the word. Because eventually, the government has now admitted itself to, and that includes even the state governments, that there has to be a robust security response, a developmental initiative, and a political mobilization effort aimed at alienating or isolating the Maoists from the political mainstream in the districts in which they are active. So there are three strands, and those three strands actually mesh into one and then become a strategy. Now what happens is, at times when political leaders are talking, they may try and overemphasize one strand of the strategy, and so therefore it gives an appearance of apparent disconsonance, which I do not think exists, because now there is a clear realization that it is not just security, or it is not just development, or it is not just political mobilization. It has to be a combination of the three. So I really do not see a disconsonance.
This is why you're a good lawyer, because you give it a good spin. But the fact is, that Mamta Banerjee, for instance, says one thing, let's say on Azad's killing, which is very, very different from the public line taken by the government. Whether she's right or not is a different matter. But when your own ministers publicly take a very different position from the government stated position, does that help?
Well, on Azad's killing, let's be very fair and square. If it is a fake encounter, it needs to be investigated. Those who are responsible need to be brought to justice, because of the simple reason that a democratic state should not tolerate fake encounters. And if the railway minister has articulated that, I don't think she's wrong in doing that. Because eventually, if Mr. Azad was a Maoist, he was wanted, he should have been picked up, brought before the process of law, and if at all there are any apprehensions about any fake encounter, I think there are institutions which are available in this country, specifically created for this purpose, the National Human Rights Commission, you have the constitutional courts, to address those.
Okay, Mr. Prashant Bhushan, you feel very strongly and passionately about this issue. Do you believe that this lack of a political approach, a unity in approach, is a problem, or do you feel that it's actually healthy, that there is a debate?
No, I think it's healthy that there is a debate, and I think what Manish Tiwari said, that he feels that there should be an inquiry into Azad's encounter.
If it's a fake encounter.
Yes, if obviously only the inquiry will determine. How can you put the cart before the horse? The inquiry will determine whether it's a fake encounter. There are several things, disquieting things about that encounter, which suggest that it may have been a fake encounter, and therefore at least an independent investigation is required. And an independent investigation in this case would require the investigation by a sitting or retired judge nominated by the Chief Justice of India. Now, if the Congress party is agreed for the need for such an investigation, then why doesn't it push for that? Mr. Chidambaram said in Parliament that, look, we are helpless in this matter because this is a state subject. The state chief minister belongs to his own party. Moreover, the central government has equal power to order an inquiry under the Commission of Inquiry Act. That's one aspect of the matter. We have to understand what is really feeding this whole Naxal problem. Why is it that Naxals have grown in strength in the last 5-6 years to a stage where they are seen as the single biggest security threat by the state? The main thing which is responsible for that is this indiscriminate land acquisition which is going on, particularly in the tribal areas. Now, the government has started talking about the need for development in those areas, but it is not saying anything about this forcible acquisition of land or forcible displacement of these people, which is the main grouse of these people.